Welcome to day 5 of the American Cup, the post-game show, where we show you the highlights of today, the best things that happened. 4 players got eliminated. I am Women Grandmaster Katerina Nemcova, and I am here with Grandmaster Yasser, Seirawan, and Grandmaster Cristian, Chirila.
I tell you, every day feels so eventful, and we did have, yet again, another incredibly eventful day. Take a look on the video as Nasi upsets the top seed in the ladies section. Have a look.
And Carissa looks like she's realizing what happened.
Like, what in the world have I just done?
And
she resigns.
Yeah, she just stops the clock and says, that was embarrassing.
Sort of with a laugh on her face.
I mean,
yeah, this was not supposed to happen.
I didn't wake up quite yet.
Oh my goodness.
That means our number 1 seed faces elimination. She will have to win on demand with black. She did it once.
Finishes. Queen h4 finishes.
The game. She's done it. You cannot go king to g8. Queen takes e4.
Queen g8 on the board.
King g8 on the board.
Queen takes
allowing
e4.
Queen takes e4.
We're going to see a resignation right now.
She's done it.
And that's it. She's eliminated.
Our
top seed is eliminated by Nasi Pakidse, who moves on to meet in the finals of the elimination bracket, the winner between Irina Krush and Anna Zatanska.
And we had another important match between Irina Krush and Anna Zatonski, where Anna managed to force a playoff.
Absolutely. She had to win on demand. Have a look. Irina Krush, all she needs is a draw. And whoa, what has just happened? Did Irina
She just blundered.
She blundered. We can play knight c2 and capture the knight on d7 for free.
You can also just take on d7.
What is going on? Why can't we take the knight?
You can also
That's also a possibility.
Oh my goodness, how did that happen?
This is winning.
So she did play knight d7, bishop g5, queen. Oh,
she missed queen
she
d3.
She missed queen d3.
Knight to c2.
What a blunder by Irina.
She might go rook c1 just to get greedy and try to checkmate herself.
I think that's a very decent idea as well.
Knight h5, because
By
after
the
capture
way,
on f2, I'm not worried. I always have rook f1 to trade the rooks, force a trade, not to have any issues on the second rank.
That's exactly what she
nicely spotted. Just trade off for the better part of 1,500 years.
Yep.
Trade.
Irina
There you have it.
just resigned, which means we will see playoffs.
Anna equalized the match in the rapid, but it was Irina in the blitz. She was very, very dominant. Easy winning for Irina. She moves on in the elimination. And Cristian, that Wesley story was also epic.
And we absolutely knew going into this match that these two players are going to go back and forth. And in the rapid portion, they made a couple of draws, but in the blitz, take a look at just what happened. Wesley with the black pieces, he really played a great game in the first blitz match. And at this point, after bishop to f4, look at these two bishops ready to pounce against White's king. And all he had to do was open up the position. c5 would have given him a winning position because the bishop on b6 is going to be absolutely decisive. You take on c5, rook takes c5, and guess what? The bishop on h7, the long range of the bishop on h7 is going to support the rook coming to c2. You cannot go to d2 with the queen because of rook to c2. Guess what? You need to hide all the way to a1. This is an ugly queen right there after queen to c2. You can understand with the two bishops cutting the board in half, this is a decisive advantage for Wesley. He did not spot that, play the move rook to e8, and after this one, the players ended up in a draw later on in the game with no chances for either sides along the way. Now, in the next game, it was Aronian who was taking chances with the black pieces. And we got to this position, g takes h5. It does seem like there's an extra pawn for white, for Wesley, but black, Levon, has tremendous chances and tremendous compensation, specifically because this king is going to find it quite difficult to find the right spot. You cannot go short castle and long castle with this bishop potentially coming to f4. It's very, very dangerous in this one. g4, great move, queen to g5, take on f3. And we entered this endgame in which it seems like white has simply an extra pawn, but black immediately understood the assignment go rook h6, rook h8, and target the pawn on h5. You cannot allow that pawn to survive on the board. Rook to h8, rook to g1, rook h5, and it felt like we're just headed towards a draw. And guess what? Wesley So fell asleep, forgot about the clock, and unfortunately did not make this move, king to c3, in time. He loses on time and loses the match, gets eliminated out of the American Cup. Levon Aronian moves forward. And we had some other matches.
That was quite the shock. But Kate.
Yeah, we have an important match in the women's champion bracket where Alice Lee challenged Tatev Abrahamian. She sacrificed the pawn in the opening and then beautifully played the game, got space advantage and a beautiful rook d6 move. Let's take a look. Tatev made a mistake with her rook c8 move, and Alice played incredible move, rook d6.
Absolutely.
In fact, she has 40 seconds
and
to contemplate defeat
and it's
right now.
Game over because, as you just said, unfortunately,
2 exclamation points.
It's not happiness. We have to trade. Tatev played rook with a tactical oversight. Rook d6, and it's that simple. You take my rook, I take your pawn with a check.
It's amazing.
It doesn't matter where you move your king.
It's amazing.
King g8 or king f7. Either case, checkmate on the board. That's it.
And that's a resignation.
Wow.
Alice Lee with the first hit in this Champions Bracket Finals.
Absolutely, absolutely.
We had so many incredible matches, and another one that we have the highlights of is the one between Sam Sevian and Lanier Dominguez, which was a back and forth affair. Take a look. G4. Lanier is saying, you know what? I need to create something. King G6, rook takes C5 is an
By the way,
option.
Lanier,
He says
1
no.
second on the clock.
Check.
That's it.
That
1 second.
was a very good
You
move.
can take on F8 and then rook to G8, or you can do this.
Lanier just played 3 moves in a row with 1 second.
Bravo. Very, very nice technique at the end. When Sam won the exchange, you knew he had a winning position, but he converted very well.
Repetition of this position. And right now with knight f8, he can stop the clock right now. Knight f8 is a
He's
third time
stopped
repetition.
the clock and he's making a claim. I think
he's correct.
he is correct.
He is correct. With knight f8, that would be a third time repetition.
Players just waiting for confirmation. Lanier, congratulations to Sam Sevian. Once again, a very eventful day, day 5. And tell us about the brackets, Kate.
Let's take a look. So we will start with the women's champions bracket. Here it is Tatev Abrahamian, who lost today against Alice Lee with black pieces, and tomorrow she's gonna try to bounce back with white pieces.
And in the elimination bracket for the ladies?
In the elimination bracket, Irina Krush, she won an important match today against Anna Zatonsky, while Nazi Pakidse defeated Carissa 2-0 in the Blitz playoff. And tomorrow, Irina Krush having white against Nazi Pakidse.
And the open champions bracket.
Here it was Hikaru Nakamura who had white against Fabiano Caruana. It was a quick draw, and tomorrow he's going to be playing black.
Elimination bracket?
In the elimination, Levon Aronian playing white tomorrow against Sam Sevian. I mean, these players must be very tired. Today was just difficult.
Very, very much so. Tomorrow's schedule. What are we going to do tomorrow, day 6?
We're going to have games in both brackets. In the champions bracket, we will have one classical game, the second of the match, and we will see if the match is decided, and if it is not, then we will have Blitz playoff. And in the elimination bracket, we're going to have the whole match, 2 rapid games, and again, if necessary, Blitz playoff.
Cristian, highlight comments.
Well, I love when we have both the elimination bracket as well as the champions bracket. Tomorrow is going to be no different. Today we had some amazing games and matches, and I'm sure there is not going to be any shortage of that tomorrow. Guess what? Fabiano is playing with the white pieces. He will try to take out Hikaru in the classical, but if he doesn't manage to do so, we're going to see some very speedy affair between these two players. I cannot wait.
Spicy for sure. We'll see you all tomorrow for day 6 of the American Cup. Thank you for watching.
Bye, everyone.